getting the data in hand in time to be able to make quality decisions. I think that's the key for everyone, right? It's the sort of the golden sort of moment in time to be able to say, how do we ensure that we're making good decisions with good data, instead of just pushing out that decision and saying, well, we don't have the right data, or we don't have Canadian data, or whatever market you're located in, and just trying to ensure that we have infrastructure in place to be able to access the data that we have in hand. I think that's one of the that's what everyone is trying to do right now. So
I
I
agree.
don't know where Canada ranks at the
And
moment.
I think we're emerging, but it starts at home, right? I need to make
Yeah.
sure that the data on my patient has the relevant endpoints. Did the cancer
Hmm.
shrink? Do they feel better? Am I measuring it in an objective way? Did the cancer grow? When did it grow? You would think that these things are easy to find in the medical record. They are not. And so we need to make sure that we collect those data in a structured way, as objectively as possible, and automate it, right? I mean, we have this tremendous power of AI and NLP. Um, Automate it. Get all the data in an easy to collect format, hit the button and go. I think that's what AI has given us. I think we're just not using it.
So, Natasha, does that mean when you are entering that data, you might think about it a little bit differently today than you might have 5, 10 years ago, because you're thinking, am I putting it in a way that I am going to be able to utilize it with these tools in a year or two or three?
Absolutely. And I think the problem is that after I have done the chart review or the data collection, I forget. And then I just go back to my old way of doing things. And so it's really to have those structured elements that are there every time, but to also make them easy. Sometimes it's, you put in 50 symptoms and you have to click, 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 and none of them have to do with your patient. There must be some easier way for data light collection for the essential things that are easy for us to do as part of our normal practice without making the patient wait an extra 8 hours while we fill out our database forms. So
Yeah.
some easy ways to have these structured things in the system, auto populate. I'm kind of hands off. I just put in the stuff that the patient, I, and others need to know, but all those other data that are so essential to assessing how the patient is doing from a regulatory standpoint are there. And I don't see why we can't do it, right? I mean, increasingly we have these new healthcare systems that, in theory, talk to others. So I think we should be doing more. Eh, Having said that, human nature is very powerful. Like I said, like I remember after I've done it, and I'm really good. The other day I was making sure that everybody had the exact dose and the dates that they were on each dose of these drugs, because otherwise it's very hard to find these things.
Yep.
And by next week I'll have forgotten, and I'll be doing my usual. So important to make it part of the routine.